was a faculty member at Iowa State University. I'm a biologist. And I got involved with a group of people that were learning about advanced programs. We were part of the third round, so they'd already begun. Several grant rounds had been awarded. And I got involved with this group of people, some scientists, some social scientists, who were interested in the concept of advance, the opportunity to influence the institution, and hopefully change opportunities for women who were younger than ourselves, because I was within 10 years of retirement when I got involved. So I became a co-PI on the grant, helped write the proposal and frame the questions we were interested in and learn about our institution. And then I became the executive director. So Iowa State University is of science and technology, is definitely a scientific institution with colleges of agriculture. It's a land-grant school, College of Agriculture, College of Engineering, as well as business, liberal arts and sciences, and education. So it's very comprehensive, but it's very scientifically oriented. It's in a college town of about 50,000 people. So it's fairly rural. It's far enough from other population centers that it functions as a college, just as a college town, not a lot of employment opportunities outside of, say, a 10, 15-mile radius of the town. It is land grant, and within the context of how the university functions, there's a lot of autonomy of the individual colleges. So the deans and the colleges are different from one another, and the deans have a lot of influence power to set agendas and examples within their colleges. The Iowa State program, we had what we called a top-down, bottom-up approach. We had initiatives and approaches that were directed toward higher-level administrators and department chairs, and that were especially focused on changing policies, and then at the college level, working with colleges, which were very powerful at the university, and working with colleges and deans and then department chairs, but then also a real bottom-up focused approach with individual faculty in departments, using a social science guided approach to talk to groups of faculty within departments about what the culture of their department was like and what issues there might be, and get their buy-in and their ideas there to change any cultural issues or practices within departments that would enhance the productivity and success of all faculty within the departments. So it was, throughout our university, we worked at multiple levels, and that approach was fairly successful because aspects of advance were sustained, were continued from all of the different levels that we had worked at. The advance funding ended in 2012. So we've had 3 years without it as an opportunity to see what are the signature programs that the institution felt were worth retaining. Okay, that's sort of the way I look at it, as what has been sustained by the university. And I see two main programs. One is about training for search committees. Workshops at the college level or the department level, it depends on which college it is, how they handle it, but to inform faculty of best practices, of some of the theory of implicit bias, other issues that can affect bias and equity in the hiring process. And both at the provost's office and then each of the individual deans have embraced this as an important component of hiring. And that was actually not part of our original grant proposal, but it was identified early on by what we called our equity advisors, who have again persisted through the transition to sustainability. And our other signature program was what we called at the time collaborative transformation. So an intensive interview process at the department level, talking with faculty in small groups or individually about issues that enhanced or hampered their own success and productivity, and then worked with the departments to have them self-identify what could be changed in their departments to improve the situation for either for individual subgroups that might have had particular problems, or for the department as a whole. We had data that showed that the advancement, especially from associate to full professor, was higher for women in the departments that had that program than in the departments that didn't. It's expensive. I think if there's one, I don't think this hampered us because we found ways to deal with it, but we had the money from the grant and we're able to use it to support the faculty who did this work. So it is time intensive. It takes faculty time, and so we were able to use the resources of the grant to buy faculty's time, buy course releases and so on for the faculty who were engaged in the work. You couldn't just ask their department to, to give them less to do, and you couldn't ask the faculty, the people who were doing all the work of advance, to do it, just to add it on to their work. And this is a common problem with any time you're looking for. If it's perceived as service, it's just, added on to what else you're doing. After the NSF funding ended, it was decided that the university would continue this departmental work, which they now called the Departmental Enhancement Program, for a small number of departments each year. So for the last couple of years, there's been about 2 departments a year. I think they would like to increase it to about 4 departments a year. Often departments that are poised to undergo their regular review process that they do every 5 years or so, or maybe departments that have a new chair coming on, where there's an opportunity for the faculty to reflect on their own, the status and culture within the department, and then the new chair can use that information to help him or her as the department moves forward under new leadership. So there have been several departments that have carried that on, and so it was definitely a very strong part of our proposal, and has been continued in a way that's sustainable for the university. You can't do it for all departments at once.